Hansel and Gretel. Once upon a time, there lived two children named Hansel and Gretel. They lived with their father and stepmother in a house in the woods. Their father was a woodcutter and was very poor. He could no longer provide food for his family. One night, his wife suggested that they could take the children into the forest and leave them there. Hansel and Gretel overheard what their stepmother had said. Gretel was very sad. Hansel was not worried. He filled his pockets with breadcrumbs and put it along the way when they were left in the forest the next day. He told Gretel about the breadcrumbs, but when they looked along the path, they found they had been eaten by the birds and animals in the forest. Hansel and Gretel walked and walked through the forest. Eventually, they came across an amazing house. It was made of gingerbread and decorated with sweets, icing, and lollipops. Hansel and Gretel began to eat the sweets. Then, all of a sudden, an old woman came out of the gingerbread house. She invited them both inside. But once the children were inside, they found that the old woman was very cruel. She locked Hansel in a cage. She wanted to fatten him up and eat him. One day, the old woman showed Gretel the oven where she was going to cook Hansel. Gretel decided to trick the old woman. She told her that Hansel was too big to fit into the oven. The old woman leaned forward to take a closer look. Gretel pushed her straight into the oven. Next, Gretel found the key to the cage and unlocked it so Hansel could get out. They were overjoyed. Before leaving, Hansel and Gretel had a look around the gingerbread house. They found a chest full of gold coins. They filled 2 bags of gold coins and took it home with them. After a long walk through the forest, Hansel and Gretel eventually found a path they recognized. They ran excitedly along the path and finally saw their home in a distance. There, outside the cottage, was their father. Their stepmother had died. Now they had enough riches to last them a lifetime, and they would never be hungry again. The 3 of them lived happily ever after.